The first thing we need to do when you get a vehicle to inspect is, number one, you're going to match the VIN number with the VIN number on the ticket. Very crucial. Just make sure it's the same VIN number. That way you're working on the right car. Then you're going to add a photo to the main this is the photo the customer sees. So you want to make sure that it's presentable, but just an image of their vehicle. You get the mileage, 114,756. Then you just scroll through and add in any relevant information like transmission type, tire size. This one is 285/618. Tire pressure. Tire make and model. AC, yes. Four-wheel drive, yes. ABS, yes. Traction control. It's not a convertible. Power steering, yes. Hybrid, no. And at this point, I go to the CR, which customer, drawing a blank on what it stands for, but this is where we take our pictures of any kind of all corners of the vehicle, as well as the VIN plate, and then the picture of the cluster with the engine on. So you just start taking pictures. Anything that might be relevant for parts, like, you know, where it was made. The VIN plate typically has where it's made and the month and year. Tire placard. You can't take too many pictures. It doesn't max out or anything like that. Take a picture of the cluster just in case, you know, check engine light was on. If you do see that there's any warning lights on, you can use an arrow to show that that light is on, things like that. If you see any damage to the inside of the vehicle too, you want to make sure that you take a picture. Sometimes I just take a picture of the front seat. If I have to move it, that way I kind of know how to move it back, you know, how far back I need to go. Then you look for any damage. Then I see that this A-pillar trim's loose, so I'm going to take a picture of that. And this is we do all this before we move the vehicle. That's very key. That way they can't say, well, you moved it. You know, you did the damage. If the car has any kind of trim badging, take a picture of it. Sometimes we need to know for parts. If you see any, you know, cracked windows or anything like that, take a picture. My flow is usually just walk around it from the drivers all the way around until I get all corners. I usually just start at the VIN placards, just kind of what I've always done. And then, you know, when I'm already in there, I'll take a picture of the, you know, instrument cluster and just work my way. That way you're not walking back and forth. But all these pictures are basically just not in a category necessarily. They're just, and we can either, or, you know, erase them, or, you know, save them just for us internally, or we can send them to the customer, depending on what we feel. But typically we send everything. We're very open. So, but it also protects us from liability, just in case, you know, or it protects the customer too. Like if we do damage it, we can look, say, hey, that scratch wasn't there, so we'll take care of it. Once you get all your pictures in, that's pretty much it. Then you can move the vehicle.